Hello students, now we are going to discuss Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction or EMI. This is chapter number 6, lecture number 3. Chapter name is electromagnetic induction. Okay, uh, Faraday's law basically have two parts. First one, that is first law. What is first law? First law is an EMF is set up across the ends of a coil. An EMF is set up across the end of the coil when flux passing through this coil. Flux passing through this coil is changing. In other words, we can say that if the flux passing, magnetic flux that is passing through a particular coil and EMF is set up across its end. If this is closed, then a current will be flow in the closed circuit. Okay, this is first law. Okay, now second law is what? Second law give the magnitude. Magnitude means how much EMF is produced. This is second law. According to second law, magnitude of EMF, this is EMF. E is what? That is EMF, electromagnetic force, or we can say that potential difference across the ends of the coil. Magnitude of EMF developed across the end of the coil will be equals to the rate of change of magnetic flux, d phi upon dt. This is the rate of change of magnetic flux. If the magnetic flux is changing across a coil, there will exist an EMF. That is the first law. And how much EMF will be developed? Magnitude of the EMF will be equals to the rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. Hope you are understanding. Now we know that in general form we will write EMF will be equals to minus time d phi upon dt. In other word, we can say that EMF produced across the end of the coil will be equals to the negative rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. If we talk about only magnitude, that will be the rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. If we talk generally, the EMF produced, that will be equals to minus times or negative rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. How the minus sign come? How the minus sign come, we will discuss in the next lecture in the Lenz law. Okay, but here remember only that according to Faraday's law, magnitude of the EMF will be equals to the rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. In general, EMF is equals to negative rate of change of magnetic flux with respect to time. Hope you are understanding. Okay, now for example, if we wish to take average EMF will be is equals to minus delta phi upon delta t, or minus phi 2 minus phi 1 upon T2 minus T1. Delta means change in flux. Delta phi means change in flux, and delta phi is equals to phi 2 minus phi1, delta t is equals to t2 minus t1. This is change in magnetic flux and this is change in time, that is phi2 minus phi1 and this is t2 minus t1. If you wish to calculate average EMF, that will be equals to the minus time delta phi upon delta t. Now, if the coil is n times, means the wire is wounded n times. If the coil is one time, then we will use these formulas. Okay, if the coil is two times, we will multiply here 2, here 2, here also 2. Okay, here also 2. But if there is a n number of turns in the coil, means wire is wounded in n times. Wire is wounded n times. That means the EMF will be n times. Okay. Now here we can say that total EMF will be is equals to minus n d phi upon dt. Total EMF, net EMF will be equals to minus n times d phi upon dt. If the coil is wounded, if the wire is wounded in one times only, that n will be equals to 1 only. That will be equals to E equals to minus d phi upon dt. Hope you're understanding. This is very easy, and we will solve the question based on the Faraday's law. If any question is talking about Faraday's law, that means the question is about Faraday's second law. Okay, because if we talk about EMF, magnitude of the EMF, that is second law, Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Hope you're understanding, and in upcoming lectures we will solve the questions based on the Faraday's first law and second law. Thank you.